So the starter in game 2 for the Stingers is number 30, Andrew Wick. The right-hander making just a second start on the summer and won his first start in Rochester where he went 7 innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 7 hits with a walk and 8 strikeouts. It was back on July 1st, or Canada Day here. Dominion Day used to be called in Canada. The kids are trying to organize their own game of baseball. Someone's got a bat. Sandlot baseball down at the batting cages. There's the bunt was put on, and that's a strike. I don't care what anyone says. This kid's going to throw a shutout if that kid's going to throw the bunt down like that. There's a couple of my friends enjoying a couple cold ones. I know the kid on the right.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to bunt.
Pooch in the Park native course here. And Wick looks to get things done here in game 2, trying to earn the sweep here for the Stingers. An important sweep to keep pace with the Waterloo Bucks. Happy to have you with us. The lineup for the Border Cats has 3 changes all at the bottom of the order. Corey K., Dylan Becker, and Tyler Duplantis will lead us off. Jason Vossler, Philip Lyons, and Kyle Hahn, 4 through 6. The 3 changes at the bottom are Alex Bautista, Dylan Goodwin, and Joey Hawkins, 7 through 9. I'll give you the Stingers defense in just a moment. As Wick fires the first pitch, and that one is in there for a strike, and 0-1 the count. The umpires will change positions from game 1 as Michael Haynes is behind the plate while Matt Scott is in the field. The 0-1 to Corey K. He's in there for a strike 2. Happy hello to MBS. Joining us somewhere about the world. And Corey K. quickly in the hole here, 0-2. And a pair of fastballs from Wick. Another one. This one is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. K went hitless in game 1, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Looking to get back at it here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still around the North Division on the Northwoods League out of town scoreboard. I'll get that to you in a second. This one's into right. Chance for Michael Suki on the run. He'll make the catch in the corner. 1 away here in the first. Still around the North Division of the Northwoods League out of town scoreboard. The St. Cloud Rocks doubling up the Mankato Moondogs so far. Top of the 4th at Franklin. Rogers 4-2. Around the South Division, the Loggers on top of the Bombers, 4-2, Copeland Park and La Crosse. Wisconsin Rapids Rafters 6, Madison Mallards 6. Bottom of the 7th at Warner Park and Madison. The first pitch to Dylan Becker is a fastball. On the other half, that misses 1 ball, no strikes. Still around the South Division, the Lakeshore Chinooks lead the Wisconsin Woodchucks 7-5. Bottom of the 8th at Wausau, Wisconsin. And you are all up to date on the out-of-town scoreboard. The 1-0. This is high and outside. So goes low, goes high. 2 balls, no strikes here. The count to Dylan Becker. Becker in game 1, 1 for 4. With a run scored and a pair of strikeouts. A notorious early count aggressive hitter. 2-0 pitch, and Becker skies this to the left side. Watching it go out of play there is Max Kuhn, though, and 2-1 the count. The defense for the Stingers in game 2 will be Logan Moon, Danny Brennan, and Michael Suki is the change in left. Colton Bottomley gets the bench. Max Kuhn will go 3rd to 1st. Kuhn, Alex Soleil, Jake Gronsky, Nick Helamandaris. 3 changes on the infield for, and Chris Barnett is behind the plate. The 2-1 coming from Wick. Inside fastball, didn't miss by much. Now 3-1 the count here. To Dylan Becker, the Border Cat left fielder. Three balls, 1 strike. Wick looking through the signs from Barnett. Kicks and fires. This one's launched to the left side and onto Lisker Avenue. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count here. The deck is empty. Fair crowd on hand is, I was listening to a chat downstairs, and David Valente and a couple of interns said it was warmer outside, or one of the interns remarkably said less cooler outside. That's a Lance Jones term. As Becker takes a walk on one out, that would be about something that I can't put it in English sentence, so that's about right. I'm not going to rip the intern for that one. So it's warmer outside. I don't know if I buy that. I mean, it was cool to begin the game. It's about cool now, so if there is an incremental change in temperature, I don't feel it. One out walk for Becker and Tyler Duplantis. The first baseman will come to the plate, 1 for 2, with a pair of walks in game one. Here's a runner on first with one out. Wick comes set. The first pitch outside is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Of course, the Stingers collecting their first win of the second half of the season after losing the opener of the second half to Alexandria. Would love to get out of here over 500. Here comes the 0-1. Duplantis towers this one into foul territory. Barnett looks at this, but he'll see that one go over towards Port Arthur Arena, which is back behind the stadium. Duplantis is quickly in the hole here, 0-2. Runner at first. One out. Nick Halamandaris holding on. Becker, who leads the Border Cats in stolen bases. Now not a good opportunity unless Border Cats just want to put him aggressively there with 2 out in the inning, maybe. The 0-2. Outside fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's primarily why you never run on 0-2. This is the pitcher has a pitch to waste, and seems like the selection always happens to be an outside fastball, especially from pitchers here in the Northwoods League. You see that more often than not. Becker taking his lead. It's never a bad waste pitch. Pickoff move at first has Becker getting the jersey dirty. Diving back safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck is Jason Vossler. Duplantis steps in, taps the plate. He's ready to go. Wick comes set with the 1-2. The runner's on the move. Outside fastball. Throw down to second is in time. And Becker is in safely from the tag by Gronsky. So that stolen base is brought to you by Thunder Bay International Airport. Time called by Chris Barnett. Runner in scoring position for the Cats. Can is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Duplantis in this position with a runner in scoring position, hitting .308. Actually hitting now .304, 3 home runs, 21 driven in. Runner at second. The Cats struck first in game 1. Struck for 2 before the Stingers tacked on 6 unanswered. Runner at second and an opportunity to get on the board first. The 2-2, swing and a miss on a large cut. A little bit taken off it, and down goes Duplantis on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Wick, and 2 away brings up Jason Vossler, who's going to have to come up with a 2-out hit to get the Cats on the board. Vossler is hitting .400 in this position with 2 home runs and 12 driven in. So he stands in with a runner on second and 2 away. Wick looks back at second. First pitch fastball. Oh, that was a slider in there. He's going to call it a fastball. It cut late. Maybe even a cutter, I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that again, but 0-1 the count. Runner at second is Becker. Pitch coming from Wick, the 0-1. Outside fastball in the corner. 0-2. Vossler looks back in disbelief at Michael Haynes. He's going to have to shake that call from his head. Wants to get back in at this one. Found the pitcher, Wick. I come back inside with the fastball on 0-2. Here it comes. Outside fastball. Traditional 0-2 pitch. Now 1-2 the count. Becker at second. Wick looks in at the signs from Chris Barnett. Gets one he likes. Looks back at second. Comes set the 1-2. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Barnett. Keeps it in front of him. That'll keep Becker planted down at second. Becker with his 10th stolen base of the season. Vossler went 0 for 3 in game 1 with a walk. Canada's even 2-2. Wick has a pitch to work with if he doesn't want to deliver one in the zone to Vossler here. Looking in. Time called by Vossler. Didn't like the amount of time being made here. Gave him a little too much to think about, so he'll step back in the batter's box. Becker doesn't move from his lead down at second. 2-2 coming. Inside fastball. That's cut to the right side. Just Trevor Hall getting his body and contorting it out of the way of that one. Pulling a gymnast move, Cirque du Soleil style. Meanwhile, right fielder Michael Suki throws one into the stands for the kids to chase. And we'll all reset at 2-2 with 2 out. Runner at second. Nick Helamandaris protecting the line first base side. Pitch coming from Wick. This one's grounded first base side again. Helamandaris would have had that one if it was fair, but it goes foul. Vossler wasting a couple of inside pitches and pulling him to the right side. That kid trying to climb the fence, not advisable. Why don't you just stay patient there? Trying to reach it with that Blue Jays hat, you're going to scuff that up too. I don't want to do that.
Oh, she's cold.
Daniel Stoney's going to take his time as well to get to that one. Becker at second, 2-2 the count, pitch number 7 in this battle. Here it comes. This one, Vossler puts over to the border Kent dugout. He's pulled 3 straight pitches, foul territory. So there you see Stoney. The kid with the blue hat has decided to escape the scene without a foul ball. That kid, the most patient of all. Oh, no. Stoney, what are you doing? Walks away with it. Oh, no. Poor kid was there. My gosh. Another 2-2 coming. Outside fastball. Vossler's making Wick work here in this at-bat. Up to pitch number 9 here. He's wasted 3 of them foul. Runner at second is Becker. Wick trying to get out of this inning. Strand a runner in scoring position. And the first 3-2 offering is swung on and missed on the outside high fastball. And a pair of strikeouts for Wick to end the inning. The walk to Becker doesn't come back to bite him. He's left stranded in scoring position. And no score after 1. We head to the top of the second here in Thunder Bay. Back in a moment. The captains right there and getting the sides organized, and we're going to have a game of stickball out in the back to the real stuff and to the bottom of the second. And Philip Lyons, Kyle Hahn, and Alex Bautista are due up. Lyons, the second baseman, comes to the plate. He's been batting in the 5th position for about a week and a half now. And the first pitch is lined into left and deep. That'll get out of play onto the deck over near the concession area, third base side. 0-1 the count. Lyons, the Coyote, went 1 for 4 with an RBI single. In game 1, a strikeout. Picked up his 9th RBI of the season. His 38th of his career here in Thunder Bay. The 0-1. Outside misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Lyons played every game at second base for the Border Cats last year, him and Brett Kay. Tremendously solid up the middle. Now has a new double playmate in Kyle Hahn. This one is grounded to short. Chance and tough throw made there, and what a play by the shortstop, Alex Soleil. How about that? Fantastic play by the Stinger shortstop Alex Soleil. Came deep in the hole, pulled a Derek Jeter, and fired it fast enough to get the Coyote. And there you go, 1 away. That's the kind of defense that Andrew Wick can use, and any pitcher for that matter, and that'll bring up Kyle Hahn. One away here in the second. Hahn, the shortstop, who was 2 for 3 in game 1, sees the first pitch in and tight. Moved his hands out of the way. 1 ball, no strikes. Hahn's parents were here. I'm not sure they still are. Took the flight up to Thunder Bay. The 1.5 hours on plane from Toronto. I don't know if they used Pearson or City Center. Pearson probably easier to get to. 1-1 the count. City Center tucked into downtown on the island. But if you're flying Porter and you just need a flight to get to downtown, that's the one. 2 balls and a strike, though, to Hahn. Hahn with a run scored in that game and a pair of stolen bases, doubled his stolen base output to 4. He worked his entire way to get home. 2-1. Coming in there for a strike 2 on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob Rogers counted him on an RBI single to center. Talked about Rogers, who used to work at a winery in Temecula. 2-2, grounder third base side. Up with it, there's the third baseman, Kuhn. He'll cut it across and make the play just in time to get the speedy Hahn. 2 away quickly here in the second. That'll bring the Latin beats of Queens and Alex Bautista to the plate. The key hitting right fielder, hitting $170, 3 home runs, 13 driven in. Wearing Jose Bautista's number 19. This one is fouled off and 0-1 the count. Alex Batts has been Mr. Clutch here in Thunder Bay. Come up with a game-winning hit in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the ninth. An RBI double off the fence. That'll always be known as the time that cameraman Ronnie made the call on that one. Has now become his boy. Quote, quote, steal a term from Pardon the Interruption. The 0-1, swing and a miss on the high fastball into the count. Words of Tony Kornheiser, ya boy. That's more Mike Wilbon, I think. That's not my voice, this is Mike Wilbon. Neither here nor there, and I digress. The 0-2, strike 3 on the outside fastball. Bautista, mildly perplexed with that call, looks at Michael Haynes as he walks sullenly back to the dugout. 3-3 down inning from Andrew Wick. Third strikeout of the evening. And no score through 2. We'll be back in just a moment.
For the Watercats, batting 8, number 14, the catcher, Dylan Goodwin.
Border Cat backstop. Dylan Goodwin will lead us off here in the third. In the scoreless ball game, Goodwin got the first half of the doubleheader off as Jacob Rogers had catching duty. He'll await the first pitch from Andrew Wick, and that's inside. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Goodwin hitting .244, home run, 8 driven in, 3 doubles in this season, 11 walks to 20 strikeouts. Looking the 1-0 coming from Wick. This one, a fastball, misses outside. So 2 balls, no strikes. On pair of fastballs to start out. Goodwin here. 1 inside, 1 outside. If the pattern falls, it'll be another inside pitch, and here comes the 2-0. Fastball, that's low. 3 balls, no strikes now to Goodwin. On deck is Joey Hawkins, the shortstop. Excuse me, the designated hitter tonight. And went in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Really rare to see Joey Hawkins in a designated hitting position. But no change from the infield by Dan Holcomb defensively. 3-1. Line by Goodwin into left. That out of the reach of Kuhn and foul. Kent will go full here in third. Wilmar 0, Thunder Bay 0. Early on in this one. Andrew Wick working well here. 3-2 the count. He has 3 strikeouts so far. In this one, just 1 walk issued. No hits allowed. Payoff pitch coming to Dylan Goodwin. Goodwin will spoil that one out back at the ballpark, and 3-2 will reset. Lights are on, the clouds are nigh. Somebody feeling at Port Arthur Stadium. Seen the action between games. You were nice enough to give me a gift from the New Orleans area. Legitimate beads. The massive fleur-de-lis in about 3 colors. And then I thought, well, one good turn deserves another. 3-2. Inside strike 3 as Goodwin thought he had himself a walk. Now has himself a trip back to the dugout. 1 away here in the third. Talked to Goodwin and Rogers in between the games. Still on Goodwin, who has had some moments here in Thunder Bay. 4 strikeouts for Wick here in the early going, and Joey Hawkins, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. The Hawk is hitting 2-0-T. Has himself a private fan section somewhere. First pitch inside, misses 1 ball, no strikes. As I met Joey Hawkins yesterday, he told me he does have family in this area in northwestern Ontario, some in Dryden, some here in town. Good to have family in town. The 1-0, it's very rare to see. 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, Matt Viss asked him, the local newspaper reporter asked him about, what it's like to come to Canada, represent the Maple Leaf. And to have family here has just got to be an added bonus. 2-0. Hawkins take this deep to left. On the run back here is Logan Moon to the track. He'll make the catch just short of that, and 2 away here in the third. Loud out from Joey Hawkins. Solid contact he's made recently. Said he was just slumping to begin with. He's getting that together. 4 multi-hit games in the last 10. Corey Kay just wants 1 hit right now. He's had a struggle today. Flew out to right his last at-bat on a ball that Michael Suki had to track into the corner. And the first pitch coming. This one outside and in there for a strike, and 0-1 the count. Kay hitless on the evening. And the 0-1 coming. And this one is low and in there for a strike 2, and 0-2 the count. Thunder Bay, whose upcoming schedule features 6 games against the St. Cloud Rocks. They've met 4 times this season, including that football game that was 24-12, literally a cricket match. Never mind football game. I mean, and look out in the right-sided batter's box, the right-sided media box. Looks like someone might have gotten hit. I don't know if Viss was talking to somebody or what. Media box out on the right side. Anyhow, Kay endangering the lives of the local media with a foul ball. Inadvertent swing. Wick shakes off a pitch and steps off the rubber from Chris Barnett. And then there's some loud commotion and yelling from the right side. Sure everyone's okay. The 0-2 coming. Low and Barnett thought he was out of the inning, and so did the Stingers. And no dice. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and a close pitch at the borderline. Dylan Becker, the left field, awaits his turn. Wick, the 1-2 coming. This one is towering pop up into right. Michael Suki searching for it. He'll make the catch, and that will end the frame. 3 up, 3 down inning for Andrew Wick, his 2nd straight. Another strikeout notched on the belt. He's up to 4. No score after 3. We'll be back in just a moment.
However, is out here on the party deck. If you can find her amidst all these people, point her out. Lisa.
Reporter Cats will be Dylan Becker, Tyler Duplantis, and Philip Lyons here in the 4th. See if they can't put at least some sort of answer to those 7-run inning put up by the Stingers. That'll give Andrew Wick plenty of runs to work with here. And the first pitch to Becker is lined to second. It bounces up and hits Gronsky. Gronsky's going to recover. He'll fire it, but not in time. Hot shot to Gronsky. They're going to award the infield single here. This is going to be a tough play for Gronsky to make. And hopped up on him and kind of ate him up there. So a runner on, Becker on for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring up Tyler Duplantis. That breaks a streak of 8 straight retirements by Andrew Wick. Becker, of course, the last runner to get on base for the Cats. Well, the first pitch to Tyler Duplantis is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Duplantis was a strikeout victim on 5 pitches in the first. Seeing a high fastball he couldn't lay off, and it's down on strikes. Becker at first. And the 1-0 from Wick. Swing and a miss. Took a little bit off it. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 fly balls, 4 strikeouts, and 2 groundouts since Becker's walk in the first for Andrew Wick. And that was a 7-0 lead to work with. Runner at first. And the 1-1 bunted. The pitcher, Wick, will have only 1 play. It's at first, and they'll make it. Interesting tactic. More bunt for a hit than anything. That'll move Becker down to second. Border Cats can't afford to play small ball in a 7-0 ball game, I don't think. Sacrificing outs here. So Jason Vossler, the third baseman, will dig in. He struck out in the first. Maybe trying to break the rhythm that Andrew Wick has been in, although that last half inning took quite a bit of time. Swing and a miss and a strike to Vossler. Worked 9 pitches out of Wick in the first. Didn't win the battle, though, as a fastball inside got him. The 0-1. This one's a grounder to second, and another opportunity for Gronsky, who's up with it more solidly there. That'll move the runner over. So Becker's down to third, and with 2 out in the inning, Philip Lyons will come to the plate. A spectacular play by Alec Soleil got the Coyote in the last at-bat. Lyons, who grounded one into the hole, and Alec Soleil came up with something Jeter-esque down at short. First pitch from Wick. Didn't miss by much. A bit high, 1 ball, no strikes. Seven nothing. Lions is going to need a 2-out base hit here to get the Cats on the board. The 1-0 is fouled back just to the left of the broadcast position, and 1-1 the count. Lions in this situation with a runner in scoring position and 2 out is 2 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Could use one to break the donut here. The 1-1 outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lions. Bottom of the 4th. Hitters count to Lions and a 2-1 coming. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Barnett. Keeps it in front of him. 3-1 to the Border Cats second baseman. Happy to have you with us here, Subway Field at Port Arthur Stadium. Enjoying Northwoods League baseball here. Runner on third, and Wick steps off the mound now. Not too sure why, just needed a breather. He'll step back on, we're all set here. Wick, the 3-1. And this one's a high chopper. Gronsky's going to charge it up and fire over to first. He'll retire his fielding counterpart. Gronsky with a ton of work in the inning. The infield single and a pair of groundouts to deal with. But the leadoff runner for the Border Cats doesn't come around. He's left stranded in scoring position. 7-0 Wilmar Stingers as we head to the 5th here in Thunder Bay. Back in a moment on BorderCatsBaseball.com.
Mornings on Magic 99.9. Make sure you listen to him. For the Border Cats from Oakville, Ontario, the shortstop Kyle Hahn.
First pitch to Kyle Hahn here is a strike on the other half, and 0-1 the count. We're going to see if we can't get Wilmar play-by-play guy Ian McLean in on this broadcast. This one's into center, and the play made back out in center by Danny Brennan. So let's test it out. Is it working? I don't think I can. See if I've got something here to help you out. operating this thing here. Well, that ought to do it. And the first pitch into Bautista. Ian?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure watching the game so far, but, not being on air.
Well, that's kind of tough.
Tough.
So you want to explain what happened? Or?
Well, our computer difficulties have manifested in that my screen will no longer display information that I have to see, so more or less just couldn't do my webcast that we normally do for the Stingers fans. But now we're on here. Thanks, Lance, very much for having me.
Oh, absolutely, anytime. I hadn't thought about it right away, and I don't know why I didn't. That's just a classic not thinking mistake, as down goes Bautista here on strikes. So how's the season going for you?
It was a really good first half, 23 and 12. Good first half for the Stingers, and those Waterloo Bucks just kept winning though down the stretch, made it tough to try and close the gap. So obviously there's still a lot to play for here in the second half.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you guys are still ahead in the race overall record-wise. I know that because the Bucks are taking it here in the second half as well so far. So are you excited at your prospect of maybe calling a playoff game? Or
I've been dreaming about it every night since I've been in Wilmar, Minnesota for the summer. So yeah, it's really fun. It's really obviously when the team is doing well, it's a lot of fun, and even when they're not doing well, it's still a privilege to be able to do this. But since they've been playing well, it's been just every day, just a real pleasure.
I can tell. I mean, you gotta love this job, right? I mean, you get an internship to call these kinds of things, and it's any sports game, you're just calling ball for the.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the best.
Do you do this at school?
Yeah, I do this at the University of Kansas.
That's a big school.
It's a pretty big school.
2-1. This one's popped up into foul territory. And the catcher will have it. Made there by Chris Barnett. So 3 up, 3 down inning for the pitcher Andrew Wick here in this fifth. So 8-0 Wilmar. Why don't you send us to the break?
All right, I think we're coming up here on the bottom of the sixth inning, the home half, and I'm not sure who's coming up to bat for the Border Cats, who we've got.
Not superior in baseball, though. The Wilmar Stingers in firm control at 9-0, joined by Ian McLean, my Irish brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here on the broadcast. Happy hello to Abby, who's missing Ian's voice tonight.
And every night, but.
And the kids have now collected a pizza down right field side.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's not quite as cold as the first time we were here back in the beginning of June, but still just a little bit. I'd be more comfortable in jeans, let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's another one of those classic Thunder Bay days in summer where we just, can't get warmth at all. Blanket of cloud. You're right. Last time you came here in shorts and a T-shirt and made that mistake.
Yeah.
Classic, and then you just got mercilessly ripped by everyone up here.
Right, well, and you'd think I would have learned my lesson, but I think I just, maybe I'm too much of an optimist, but I really figured that it would be much warmer than it is now, as it looks like we've got a lineup discussion going on between our manager, Matt Holland, and
Tyler Leffler looks like he'll enter the game here, play second. I think that was the only change that just wasn't indicated to the home plate umpire, Michael Haynes, or something.
Defensive changes again for Wilmar. Moving on to third base is number 8, Tate Bronski. And coming in the ballgame.
So I guess Max Kuhn is out, Bronski to third.
Number 9, Tyler
Leffler at second. Those are the changes. Joey Hawkins at the plate. First pitch, a cue shot, foul. 1-1 to count. Yeah, we've had a few cold days up here. I mean, some of the weather has just been dramatically bad. We had a fog game when Waterloo was here. Couldn't see the center fielder at one point in the game. Reminded me of the Fog Bowl, Chicago in the Super Bowl. This one into deep right center. On the run is the center fielder, Brennan. The right fielder, Suki, will take it. And one away here in the sixth.
I've never heard of a baseball game being called due to fog. I guess where I'm from, I just don't see fog all that often, but I think it's pretty prevalent up here.
No, not too much fog in the Kansas region.
No, not too much fog. A lot of humidity, a lot of moisture in the air, but not so much in the way of fog and however that manifests as water.
more thunderstorms, I would assume. We have a lake next to us, so every time the rain goes by or whatever front goes by, we always see fog after the rain. And that night, it was like The Mist. If you ever seen the movie,
I actually haven't.
The Stephen King book turned movie, as there is so many. Yeah, Marcia Gay Harden was in it, and there's a bunch of things killing people in the mist, and so they took stock in a mall. Spoiler alert. Just I don't know. It's supposed to be some sort of social conscience movie. Is this one?
Maybe that's one we can put on for the bus ride home.
Yeah, so you got that Netflix?
No, we don't have Netflix. Not on the bus. I personally have Netflix, of course.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, if that computer.
Right. Well, if that computer isn't operable, then I might be out of luck.
Cameraman Jorday wants you to Russian style it. Apparently, just slug it or. Homer Simpson style.
I can't say this for sure, but I feel like I did a pretty good job of trying that, and it didn't quite resolve the issue. So.
All right. Maybe a little TLC will do it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go through a checklist of things that might help it out.
First pitch to Dylan Becker. This is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. A single on the infield and a walk. They awarded a single to Jake Gronsky, or to Becker, and the hit to Gronsky. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I think personally we might have to revisit that. If Wick continues to go through this game as he has now, then I think we might have to look at that one on the replay, because that appeared to me to be an error on Gronsky. Nothing against Jake. He's a sure-handed infielder, but I don't think he played that one quite correctly.
Well, we tend to be pretty lenient error-wise at times. Anyway, guys always discuss things in the center booth, so some of they tend to be pretty consistent. I don't know. Play for Gronsky was going to be a tough one. It just hopped up on him. I thought it was an error myself, so
yeah.
I'm in firm agreement with you. 2-0. Swung on into right. Michael Suki's going to have to run back to the fence, and he's not going to make it. This is going to drop for a base hit. Rounding second is Kay. He'll come to third. He'll be waved home. Becker's going to try and make it to third on a triple, and he will. So the Border Cats on the board. An RBI triple by Dylan Becker scores Corey Kay from first, and it's 9-1.
And I don't think you can charge an error to anybody on that one. That was a pretty legitimate hit to the gap.
But all the way to the corner. Suki would have had to been Superman to get there, I think.
Sometimes I'm inclined to think that he is, but he came up just a bit short on that play.
Maybe he left his cape in the dugout.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's being dry cleaned.
Sounds good. After game one, Tyler Duplantis will come to the plate. This one's grounded third base side. Opportunity for Gronsky again, the sure-handed infielder. Make the play there. It'll be 9-2. Becker comes across the count. Bottom of the sixth here. Last trip to Thunder Bay, I had promised you ketchup chips and all dressed chips, and I forgot because, of course, I had to work today, and I just didn't get here on time. No excuses, though. If I'm explaining, I'm losing.
Yeah, you shared that anecdote with me yesterday. I like that, although I do tend to do a lot of explaining, so it doesn't quite work out for me.
Well, I mean, it was, I don't know. It's just one of those things, no excuses, right? 1-0. Got to hit a corner store after this. Go down to Max.
I think we might try to do that. It's a long bus ride home, and I know we'll get a post-game meal, but I also know that, especially after a couple of wins, Coach likes to let the guys indulge at some convenience store goodies.
You're going to have to find some.
I'm going to be looking. Ketchup chips, huh?
Ketchup chips and all dressed. I know they don't have them in the States, but, I mean, when's the next time you're going to be here? I don't know. Hopefully you're here next year. 3-0. And a walk here on 2 outs to Jason Bossler. Let's see, what else haven't you tried? Persians? You tried those yet?
Persians?
Persians. They're essentially a cinnamon roll with icing on them.
Sounds delightful.
Like a specific kind of icing.
Okay. Where can I get a Persian?
Persian, man. That's about the only place. I'm not sure you're going to make it there this time. Maybe I'll mail you one.
Now, that would be delightful. I like receiving things in the mail. My family's been mailing me since I've been up here this summer, and it's a quaint kind of thing, getting things in the mail.
And no one sends too many things in the mail nowadays. 0-2 the count. I don't know. You just don't. I don't know. You don't receive letters anymore. No one sends letters. Everyone just email and text. And I don't know. I think letters are quaint. I like those. Used to receive some. Used to know a doctor in the States, and nice guy, and was a good friend of my mother when she was down there. So he used to send letters. We used to be pen pals for a while. That's changed. 1-2. In the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You ever received a letter?
Sorry, what? Have I ever received a letter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I receive letters currently from my family and my girlfriend back from the state. Well, I live in the States this summer, but back from Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Like, it's charming, kind of.
Kind of?
Well, it is charming. I'm trying not to go to great lengths to describe how good it makes me feel, because it's a nice feeling, you know.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it. I just, you know.
Okay. Well, it's always good to get things. I mean, if it makes you feel good, that's what matters. Well, the Stingers got to be feeling good right now. 9-2. They're in control heading to the 7th. Wilmar wins the game by a score of 11-2. 11 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Stingers. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Border Cats. The win to Andrew Wick.
Yeah, Wick looks very good. Second start of the season. Last week started against Rochester. I think he went 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. All those runs more or less came in the last inning he pitched. So, I wouldn't say he wore down, but they got to him the second or third time through the order. Here, Wick looks strong throughout the game. Obviously, giving up those 2 earned runs, but he's got good stuff, and he's a good addition to the rotation for Wilmar.
He'll go to 2-0 in the season. Clint Knobloch, who had a complete game shutout last start, will take the loss. He'll drop to 2-4 as the Border Cats will hit the road to St. Cloud and then come back home for 2 against the Rocks. Where is Wilmar off to?
Wilmar is going back home for a game against Duluth, and then I probably should know this, but much like the team, I only look at the schedule one day at a time. So I don't know what's going on after the 8th. I think we have more games at home. I know Waterloo comes to town here in a couple of days. So it's back to Wilmar for us. It's a long bus ride, and maybe we'll have to check out, what's it called, the Mist? We have to check out the Mist on the ride home.
That's always fair. For the cameramen, Carson, Nikolai, Jorday up here, our